What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. And before I start with this amazing Armor King guide, I just want to thank you all for 70k subs on YouTube. I noticed it yesterday, I was like, oh shit, like, I'm gonna say like a couple more times because I really like it. Never in a million years did I think I'd reach that number, but ever since season 2, the channel has grown a lot at a very steady pace, and I've changed the way I handle my account. You know, I try to upload more videos, try to make them shorter, you know, focus on certain topics. People seem to like it, you know, I'm doing quite well, and I'm really happy for that, and I just want to thank everyone who takes the time to watch my stuff. You know, it's incredible how blessed I am. And today we are making a video on Armor King's ground throw, the down back 2-4 stand up geese type throw, where you get a shitload of mix-ups. You know, it's a great throw. So we're gonna dedicate a video to that. I also got a text message from JDCR, you know, saying like, please make that guide. I'm trying to get into Armor King again, but it feels rusty. I don't know where to start. Your Armor King has always been a shining beacon of light to me, always inspired me. You're just fantastic. Your execution is second to none. Your punishment is incredible. Please make a guide. I would very much appreciate it. And that was a joke. JDCR didn't text that. Nee texted me that. So first off, we're gonna take a look at what it looks like. This is the throw, and what it does is, if you do it out in the open, you know what, I'm gonna show this. If you do it like this, nothing is guaranteed, but you are at +8. +8, so you can pressure. But of course, you get from the one throw, the one brick, down back 3-1, you get damage. Lars just keeps fucking me over. Okay, this is already a great... Okay, you know what? Don't stand up, Lars. So this is a 2 break, down back 2-4. This is the 1 break, down back 3-1. So that does 30 damage, and down back 2-4 only +8. But of course, if we do it next to a wall and he actually hits the wall, bam! Here he cannot block for 12 frames. You cannot do a throw though. That goes right through him because of a very particular stun. So 12 frames, you get 2-1 or back 1-2 into frame advantage. This is very, very powerful indeed. You can also wait and do some form of mix-up like this, but we're gonna talk about that later. I just want you guys to know exactly what that move gives us. And they cannot duck for 25 frames. Okay? This is very important to note. You have 12 frames to do a guaranteed attack, but you have up to 25 frames to do a high attack, which means that his rage art or rage drive here is guaranteed. If you do it very quickly, it's guaranteed. They cannot duck. But this is very difficult to do. I do not recommend you guys go for this in actual games unless your execution is, you know, incredible. Then go for it. First off, I just want to teach you guys how to use or set up the ground throw. If you do a 2 jab or a 1 jab, you can mash it out afterwards. If you don't do a jab in between, like for example, a combo can look like this. Down 2-4 is great to place them at the wall. Okay, but the spacing is a bit off. We're gonna do that. Why is it that whenever I try to record a video, the game just says go fuck yourself? So, like so. Down to 4 is an easy way of putting them on the wall so that you can do jab into down back to 4. It's preferable to get the jab into the ground throw because it's literally almost impossible to fail. Down forward 3 is also great for this. Bam! Puts them very neatly on the wall. But of course, positioning always has to be rather perfect. Like so. So down forward 3, down to 4 are great options so you can get the jab. But the most consistent way of getting this, and the hardest, you're going to have to practice it a little bit, is doing forward to 1 and then dashing into the ground throw. So this way you actually have to time it precisely. But as you saw, I dropped the other options if the positioning is off. But this one I land pretty much 100%, but this is because my execution is amazing. Amazing. I'm not even joking. You heard me. You heard me. Okay. So again, now you know how to set this up. And now we're gonna talk about what this gives us. So again, 12 frames guaranteed damage, 25 frames duck. So I think the best thing is to start off with when you're practicing this is just practice the back 1-2. It can be a little tricky to time because you have to do it perfectly. You only have 12 frames. After that, you're very plus. So a down forward 1 is uninterruptible. If you want to do down forward 1 into some form of other pressure, down forward 1 into giant swing. Let's see. I like to do back 1-2 into giant swing. It connects very often. I really love this one. Back 1-2, people like to hold back, so I do Frankensteiner, and very often it connects. That's a very classic setup for me. You can also do this. They expect the back 1-2, Frankensteiner instead, and they get wrecked, completely wrecked. So that's worth looking into. And also they hold back. Quick unblockable into resplat. It's just very, very strong stuff. You can also... some people, for some reason... some people like to duck after they eat this. This one. They duck immediately. I don't know if they think you're gonna throw, do the Frankensteiner. It's very dumb ducking there. Forward to 1 is of course gonna resplat immediately. But yeah, you know, it's just gonna loop. But you are gonna get this mix-up actually here in Tekken 7 with his Rage Drive. You'll do this. And even if you're slow, you know, where it's not guaranteed, it will still beat them out because it's so fast. The only thing they can do to counter that is duck, because it's a high unblockable. That was guaranteed, it comboed, you see? That was done properly. So in Rage, you have that, it's hard to do, but if people know that you're gonna go for this, they might duck. So you could actually, you know, mix them up with 4-2-1. But here it's also interesting to note that Rage Drive is done from Crouch Dash. Know that you can mix up with wall splatting CD4. That's also done from Crouch Dash. So you have a nice Crouch Dash mix up here. In this and this. And the CD4 is safe. This is completely safe to attempt. So it's, I don't know, it's a pretty damn good mix-up. But so I do recommend you guys to start practicing back 1-2 into pressure, if that's a throw or whatever. Yeah, it's very, very powerful. I don't recommend using the down back 3-1 throw because it does a lot of damage. It's a good round ender, and as most people are gonna press 2 to break down back 2-4, because let's face it, that ground throw is much scarier. You won't see them attempt to break this very often, but he throws them away from the wall, so you lose your pressure. Suddenly you have your back towards the wall, so it's just it's a bad throw due to that reason. But yeah, stuff like that, very strong. And yeah, maybe you should start practicing. Ah, again, perfect. Yeah, I mean, if you can't do this, I mean, Jesus Christ, the damage. I mean, okay, I don't have to show you the fallen, you know, the floor break stage. Armor King is broken on that stage. Let's see the damage I accumulate here. Jesus. Oh no, I dropped it. It's so unlike me to drop combos when I'm recording for YouTube. That was too close. Sidewall splat! That was perfect. This is guaranteed. So yeah, if you can learn how to do that, opponent kinda dead. But that is what I wanted to show you guys with Armor King today. So I hope that taught you something about his ground throw and why it's so amazing. Do learn to do it that way, you know, where you, as I showed you guys, running into it like this. So you don't have to rely on the jab into it. But of course, if you're close to a wall, oops, the jab is the easiest way of setting it up. So, that's it.